In Oregon are alike in many ways, but when it comes to the strip club industry, they're pretty far apart. In Oregon, strippers are thriving, but in our state, many are barely hanging on. As King 5's Maddie White shows us, women in Washington are pushing for safeguards and a livable wage, just like Oregon.
I do these eye exercises to try to get my eyes connected back to my brain.
A stripper's sacrifice.
She hit me so hard, I flew backwards and hit the back of my head.
There's more to it than we realize.
I flew out of the chair.
Especially in the state of Washington.
She came into this front door where security would normally be.
Gypsy Rose's work as a stripper meant sacrificing her safety.
They would have seen her come into the club angry.
That's why many dancers are now pushing for Washington's Senate Bill 6105, which would require club owners to ramp up safety efforts for their dancers. But right now, many clubs struggle to even afford security guards because of a lack of revenue.
All the customers that come in, over half of them that are brand new, get upset there is no alcohol and they'll leave.
Washington's ban on booze sales in strip clubs affects dancers' revenues too.
I love having an audience. I love playing off the audience.
Nova was also born and raised in Western Washington.
There are times where I'll go to work out here, and even though I'm not going negative, I'm still not taking home anything.
Packing up her life?
I do this every week.
Just to make a living.
I was not prepared this morning.
To support herself, she drives from Seattle to Portland each week to work. 300 miles round trip. And Nova's making other sacrifices. She has a young son who stays with his dad when she's away.
That's something that bothers me a lot, is that now I'm further away. Should something happen, it's going to take me a little while to get back home. Getting out of Seattle is one thing, getting through Portland is another.
For a professional pole dancer, she sure does a lot of sitting still. But she's working to turn brake lights
It can be a little stressful.
into spotlights, as dancers like Nova are pushing for that new law that would get them closer to Oregon's way of doing business. Here at Lucky Devil Lounge in Portland, when you lift the curtain on Oregon, you'll find that in crossing state lines,
it's easy to do something you love, you know what I mean?
dancers feel a weight off their strong shoulders.
You get a lot of support from your security staff.
And the industry's pretty tight-knit.
It's heartbreaking.
Ramona's a stripper from Oregon. She says she'd actually heard about Gypsy Rose's assault at a Washington club.
We did kind of hear about that, and it is rough hearing that other girls are having that experience when we do feel so protected here.
Protected here and flourishing.
I do it probably 3 days a week, and I'm able to pay my bills.
They say it rains in Seattle, but have you ever been to Portland?
The term is called racking out. I've heard that from the dancers, and that's when they make over $1,000.
$1,000 in one night.
I mean, we get a ton of customers from Washington.
So their businesses are raking in the bills as well.
I would say 85% of our revenue is from alcohol, beer, food.
Much of that, he says, goes towards security systems
Cameras.
and staff.
They walk all the dancers in and out of the club.
Would you be able to afford security if it weren't for alcohol sales?
We wouldn't be able to afford to be open.
So each night, when the curtain falls and the sun sets in Portland, Oregon, that same sun sets
I've always lived in Kitsap County.
in the Evergreen State.
I'm trying to focus on my future.
But one thing these Washington women won't sacrifice
This is my home. My family is here. My roots are here.
is the state they call home.
I will not be moving to Oregon. I have no intentions.
But when it comes to the laws here,
Definitely, they need to change.
their intentions are clear as day.
I have a lot of hope that things will get better.
I'm Maddie White, King 5 News.
Senate Bill 6105 passed the State House last night, putting it one step closer to becoming law. It heads back to the Senate for a final stamp of approval before landing on the governor's desk.